Joining me now to talk about this safety concern is Joe Martiak. He's the Director of Communications for the Consumer Product Safety Commission. Joe, thanks for being here.
Glad to be here.
All right, so your agency's warning said people with children in the household should stop using this Tread Plus immediately. What are some of the dangers that are coming with these treadmills?
I appreciate having the opportunity to warn consumers about using this treadmill if you have children, pets, or objects around it. Why? Because we've had 39 incidents where the object or the pet or the children, which is worst of all, have been sucked underneath the treadmill. And it's resulted in one fatality, as well as abrasions, fractures, and brain injury.
I think a lot of people will instantly start thinking about the differences between Peloton's treadmills and other treadmills. Do we know what the difference is between, that treadmill craze that everyone has in their home compared to this new Tread Plus from Peloton?
Well, there are other injuries with treadmills, and most of those happen to be about sudden acceleration. We are looking at this pattern of incidents of hazards, which is unusual for us, and unusual because it's with this model. So that's why we're starting here. We will look at other treadmills, but the fact of the matter is we want to warn consumers immediately about this model and these 39 instances that we have found of children, a pet, or objects being sucked underneath the treadmill.
There's new video from Virginia that shows a child being sucked underneath. Joe, did this video factor into your company's decision?
There's a 4-year-old girl and there's a 2-year-old boy who is actually pulled underneath the treadmill. A parent sent this in so they could make it known to Peloton as well as to the agency. Of course, this factored into the situation to show us exactly how quickly this can happen. Even with that little boy holding onto a ball, both of them were pulled underneath this treadmill under a 455-pound machine.
Let's get your response to what Peloton is saying. The company is refuting the claim, saying on its website there is no reason to stop using this product as long as all warnings and safety instructions are followed. Now, they go on to say children under 16 should never use the Tread Plus, and members should keep children, pets, and objects away. Is this enough, in your opinion?
Any consumer that has children, objects around, or pets, or could have that as a situation, should not be using this treadmill. That's our warning, because it's easy to say, ideally, to keep it locked up in a room, no one has access, there's nothing else in the room, and there never will be anything in the room, no children, no pets, ever. But the fact of the matter is a lot of people have these treadmills because of the pandemic. They put them in the living room or the bedroom or the laundry room or the family room because that's where they have to put them. And you can tell yourself you're going to make sure nothing ever happens around that treadmill. We're saying you've got to be careful about that, because the fact of the matter is you plan on it, but then something else comes along or some other object comes near it or the child comes near it, and next thing you know, they're being sucked underneath it.
Joe, I have to believe that the Consumer Product Safety Commission doesn't take situations like this lightly, doesn't issue warnings without a lot of research. Tell us what your organization has gone through in order to feel comfortable enough to issue a warning like this.
We have just found out about these incidents last month, and the fact that it's been this recent and there's so many of them, we are investigating the cases, and our technical people and our engineers are looking at this, but because of the pattern of the hazard, it's an unusual circumstance where the agency has decided we need to go out immediately with this warning. Public health and safety demands that we tell the consumer about the situation.
Joe, final question for you. These treadmills are expensive, $4,300 a piece. If Peloton isn't issuing a recall to consumers, what do owners have, if any, recourse?
Well, we certainly hope that the conversation continues between the agency and Peloton to get to the point of a stop sale and a recall so that there are remedies for the consumer. In the meantime, the consumer has the responsibility to listen to the warning, and if you've got children or objects or pets around the house and around this treadmill, you should stop using it.
Joe Martiak, thank you for your time here on NewsNation.
Thank you.